Mic check, mic check, mic check. Okay. All right, let's do number 1 here. Okay, and so let me share my screen. Go to Canvas real quick. All right, so for number 1, you're just converting this to a fraction. So this is going to be x to the 40 over 4 power. And that equals x to the 10th power, and that's it. Okay. Letter B, I would convert this over. So 256 is, I believe, 4, right? 4 times 4 times 4 times 4, 254 times 4, 256. So 4th root of 256 is equal to 4. And then the 4th root of x squared is equal to x to the 1/2 power times the cube root of 125 is 5, and then the x to the 1/3 power when we convert it as a fraction. So when you multiply it out together, it'll be 20x to the 1/2 power plus 1/3. If you add 1/2 to 1/3, you get 3 over 6 plus 2 over 6, which is 5 over. So you put this 5 over 6 power, or you could do 20 and then the 6th root of x to the 5th power. Either way is okay. All right. Number 2 is you simplify 2x radical 48 x cubed. And when you simplify that, and that is what, 16 goes into this. So radical 48 is 16 and 3, radical 16 and radical 3. I'm just going to do the perfect square method. So that's just 4 radical 3 times 2x times, and then you have the radical 3x cubed, which you could take out an x and leave an x inside. So it'll be x radical x. So when you combine it together, 2 times 4 is 8. X times x is x squared, right? And then radical 3x. Then when you do 9 radical 3x to the 5th power, this is 9 radical 3. You can't really do anything with that, but you could do something with the x to the 5th power, which is x squared radical x. So when you multiply this all out, it would be plus, that's coming from here, 9x squared radical 3x. And since they are like terms, it is 17x squared radical 3x. Letter B is 5x and then 5x squared radical 96 minus x radical 24x squared. So if we split this up, that is 5x squared, and this is a 4 radical, I think 16 times 6, right? Yep, 4 radical 6 minus x, and then this is 4, so 4 comes into this, so it'll be 2x, you could take out the x, and then radical 6 as well. So when you combine this, this is 20x squared radical 6 minus 2x squared radical 6, which is 18x squared radical 6. Okay. Number 3 here. Number 3, it's, you can just divide them out here. So that is radical 5 x to the 9th power, because you're just subtracting 13 and 4, and y to the 6th. Then you could take out 8 of these x's, which is x to the 4th power. You could take out all 6 here, which is y to the 3rd power. And what's left over is 5x, right, inside. Okay, so it would be x to the fourth power, y to the third, radical 5x. On this one here, you could just pretty much divide 128 and 8. I believe they go into each other. So it's 16. So it'd be radical 16. And then x squared, because this x cancels out one of these. So that's x squared. 128 and divided by 8 is 16. And then when you take out radical 16, which is 4, radical x squared, which is x. And that's your answer. All right. Number 4 here. All right, I'm just going to, so it'll be x to the negative 1 power, y to the 7 over 3. And then this is the cube root of 8, which is 2. And then x to the 1/3 power, y to the 3 over 3 power. So this equals 1 over 2, x, and then minus 1 minus 1/3, because when you're dividing, you subtract negative 1 and 1/3. And so, and then this is y 7 over 3 minus 3 over 3. This equals 1 over 2, x to the negative 4 over 3 power, y to the 4/3 power. So A is equal to 1/2, B is equal to negative 4 over 3, and C is equal to 4 over 3. So that is 16, negative 16 over 18, which is negative 8 over 9. Number 5, what we're going to do is we're going to add negative 6 and 7 and then subtract it by negative 4. Right? Because when you divide, you're subtracting. When you're multiplying, you're adding. So this is x to the first power plus 4, which is x to the 5th power. Now, letter B is x to the 5 over 4 power minus 1 over 4, which is equal to x to the 4 over 4 power, which is equal to x to the first power. Okay. Number 6 is you just rationalize, so it'll be 5 over radical 6. You multiply the top and bottom by radical 6 because we want a perfect square on the bottom, so we get rid of the radical. So that is 5 radical 6 over radical 36. And so that equals 5 radical 6 over 6. Letter B is 7. And remember, we're trying to get rid of the radical here. So we need to multiply it by 7 squared, right? Because if we multiply by 7 squares, 7 to the first power times 7 to the second power is 7 to the third power. So this equals 7 cube root 7 squared over the cube root of 7 cubed, right? And by making this the third power, we even this out. And so it'd be 7 cube root 49, which is 7 squared, over 7. And then cancel. So the final answer is the cube root of 49. Number 7 is, you get the conjugate of this. This is 8 over negative 1 plus radical 6. You're multiplying the top and bottom by negative 1 minus radical 6, negative 1 minus radical 6. This equals negative 8 minus 8 radical 6 over negative 1 times 1 is 1. Negative 1 times radical 6 is positive radical 6. Radical 6 times negative 1 is negative radical 6. And then minus radical 36. Cancel. This is 1 minus 6, which is negative 5. You can leave your answer this way, or actually, yeah, if I could get rid of the negative in the bottom and just kind of simplify as much as possible, if I get everything out, it would be 8 plus 8 radical 6 over 5. Okay, multiply. I'm changing all the signs here. Multiplying the top and bottom by negative 1. Or dividing everything by negative 1. All right. Letter A of number 8, we're subtracting. So it'll be negative 5x squared minus 9x minus 5. Then make sure you distribute the minus sign as negative 4x squared plus 5x minus 3. That'll be negative 9x squared minus 4x minus 8. Letter B is x squared plus 2x plus 5 plus 2x squared minus 6. I'm distributing the negative. This becomes 3x squared plus 2x minus 1. Okay. Number 9, we are multiplying. So it is 4x to the 4th. Remember, we're multiplying the 4x squared to each term. So it would be 4x squared times x squared is 4x squared, x to the 4th. 4x squared times minus x is 4x to the 3rd power. 4x squared times 2 is plus 8x to the 2nd power. Then I'll multiply the x with each term. So it will be negative x cubed plus x squared plus 2x, or minus 2x, sorry. So minus x cubed plus x squared minus 2x. And then multiply the 9 to each number, or each term. So it would be minus 9x squared plus 9x minus 18. Final answer is 4x to the 4th power minus 5x cubed. These all cancel out, plus 7x minus 18. Binomial expansion. Remember, it's z to the 3rd power, the highest, right? And then negative 3x squared to the 0 power. Z to the 2nd, and then negative 3x squared to the 1st. Z to the 1st power, and then negative 3x squared to the 2nd power. And then z to the 0 power, negative 3x squared to the 3rd power. Okay. And then remember, using Pascal's triangle, you're going to use 1, 3, 3, and 1. You're going to multiply everything out. So this is going to be z cubed. This is 3z squared negative 3x squared. So I'll be multiplying this out. So it'll be minus 9z squared x squared. And then this right here is 9x to the 4th power times 3, which is 27. So it would be, excuse me, plus 27z x to the 4th power. And then minus, this is right here. You can ignore this and this because it's 1 times 1. So that is minus 27x to the 6th power. And this is your final answer. This is from this right here. Okay. Long division here. So we go 4x plus 9 divide. And then what's inside is 8x to the 3rd power plus 10x squared minus 14x plus 9. So what number times 4x equals 8x cubed is 2x squared. So that's 8x cubed plus 18x squared. You minus and you change the sign. It'll be negative 8x squared minus 14x. And then you multiply it by 2x, because 2x times 4x will equal, or minus actually, sorry about that, minus 2x plus times 4x is minus 8x squared minus 18x, which then turns into plus, then that's 4x plus 9, and then this is a plus 1, because 4x plus 1 times 4x is 4x, and this is 0. So this is your final answer right here. Synthetic division, is here. You plug in a -1 in that box, you change the sign of this, and then you put the coefficients. So it's 1, -1, 10, -10, 10, -10, -1, +1, and that is 0. So the final answer is x cubed plus 10x squared plus 10x minus 1. Right? Number 13 is you factor out each portion right here, be 5x squared, and what's left inside is x squared minus 100 over, this is 15, so then x plus 6. Remember, this is a 16 here. And so, and then times x plus 6, x plus 5. And then this is x plus 10, x plus 6. X squared out here. So, x cubed out here. So remember, this turns into x plus 10, x minus 10. So let's cancel everything we can. So we could cancel the x plus 10 here and the x plus 10. We cancel the x plus 6 and the x plus 6 here. Can we cancel anything else out here? I don't think so. The x plus 5. Yeah, I think that's it. So then it will be, 1 second. Plus 6, x plus 5. X plus 6, x plus 5. Missing something here. Right, this is x plus 5 right here. Sorry, this is x plus 5. So I'm canceling this. So let me backtrack here. This is x plus 5. So now we could cancel this and this out. We could cancel this and this out. These to this one and this one cancel out. So we're left with 5. And then we can cancel out the x squared and the x. It just leaves the x right here. We cancel out 1 and this is 3. So it'll be x minus 10 over 3x. And that's it. All right. Sorry for that. All right, number 14, it'd be 2x plus 1 over x minus 5 plus 2 over x. Remember, we're trying to get a common denominator. So this side needs an x. This side needs an x minus 5. And so this would be 2x squared plus x plus 2x minus 10 over x times x minus 5. We could combine this as one fraction. So when you combine like terms, it is 2x squared plus 3x minus 10 all over x squared minus 5x. And that's all we could do. Number 15. It is, you have to get a common denominator. So it is x minus 9 over x minus 9 minus 7 over x minus 9 equals 3x over x minus 9. So we combine like terms, it'll be, or combine fraction, it'll be x minus 9 minus 7 over x minus 9 equals 3x over x minus 9, which is x minus 16 over x minus 9 is equal to 3x over x minus 9. So we could kind of ignore the denominator here because they have the same denominator. So we could just kind of go x minus 16 is equal to 3x. We subtract the x here. Negative 16 is equal to 2x. divide both sides by 2, x is equal to -8. And last but not least, number 16, you're putting in the x plus 3 here. So you have to do it to the top and bottom. So it will be 2x times x plus 3 over x plus 3 plus 2 over x plus 3 equals x times x plus 3 over x plus 3. When you combine everything, it will be 2x squared plus 6x plus 2 over x plus 3 equals x squared plus 3 over x plus 3. Once you're done with that, once you get a common denominator, you could just use the numerator as one equation. So it'll be 2x squared plus 6x plus 2 is equal to x squared plus 3. Realize that this is a quadratic, so you have to start, you got to think about factoring and the quadratic formula. So I'm going to make everything equal to 0 because, again, the solutions are the x-intercepts, they're the zeros. So that'll be x squared plus 6x minus 1. Is that right? Plus 6x. 2x squared plus 6x plus 2. It should be 3x, sorry. So let me go back a little bit. As you see, teachers make a lot of mistakes. This is x right here. So if you combine like terms, it'll be 2x squared plus 6x plus 2 is equal to x squared plus 3x. Then you subtract the 3x, subtract the x squared. And this is x squared plus 3x plus 2 equals 0. Then you have to factor this out. It'll be x plus 2, x plus 1. If you do that, the x method, so x is equal to -2, x is equal to -1. And these are your two answers. And they could be extraneous, but we're going to deal with that later on. Okay. Hope this helps. Thank you.